that reveals different aspects of your personality. I will be guiding you through a series of imaginative scenarios, and your answers will provide insights about your inner self, behaviors, and relationships. What's most important here, okay, is that you use the first thing that enters your mind as your answer to each of these questions. Don't revise it and don't try to predict what your answer might mean. Just go with it. This is how you will get the best results, the real results. I spent a good chunk of time shaping the best scenarios so that this can be a journey with surprising insights around every twist and turn. I guarantee you're going to be shocked and maybe at times a little roasted. There are 9 total tests, and the naughtiest are at the end again, so we will be gradually moving into the sexy. But to get ourselves prepared, let's just take a nice, long, slow, deep breath in. Getting nice and relaxed, closing your eyes if desired, breathing out. Very good. Feeling nice and open, nice and comfortable in your skin. And starting to plant the seeds. The human spirit loves a good challenge. This desire to overcome may be the secret to our success as a species. The need to be challenged is so strong in us that sometimes we make things more difficult than they need to be. Now, imagine you are an eminent scientist who has been working to develop a new species of plant. You have spent years in your laboratory experimenting, and now your efforts are finally showing results. As the ultimate test of the hardiness of your creation, you plant 100 seeds of the new strain in a hostile desert location. How many of these 100 seeds sprout? Please give a number from 0 to 100. So how many of those seeds sprout? Do you have your number? Okay. Here's what it reveals. The number you gave as an answer correlates to your self-confidence. The scientist stands for feelings of confidence and even pride. On the other hand, the hostile desert sands represent a difficult challenge or test, which can produce feelings of doubt and uncertainty. If you answered with a higher number of seeds, you felt more familiar with the scientist and you have high confidence levels. If you answered with a lower number of seeds, you felt the challenge was too great and have lower self-confidence. Let's break this down by number range. If you said 99 to 100 seeds sprouted, it's an understatement to say you're self-confident. A better word might be vain. Sure, it is important to believe in yourself, but you tend to dismiss the challenges of the rest of the world. Remember, one of the truest signs of strength is accepting one's own weakness. If you said 81 to 98 seeds sprouted, though, you radiate confidence in yourself and your own capabilities without it coming across as arrogance. Those around you generally feel like you radiate a sense of cool certainty, and because of this, it makes you a natural leader wherever you go. If you said 61 to 80 seeds sprouted, you're best described as a cautious optimist, hoping for the best but always prepared for the worst. This realistic philosophy keeps you grounded when others might have their head in the clouds. If you said 41 to 60 seeds sprouted, your self-confidence is average. You're not cocky and you're not too unsure. You might be still finding out what it is that you're best at, or You just have healthy respect for the difficulties before you. Believe in yourself, and the world will follow suit. If you said 21 to 40 seeds sprouted, you don't doubt yourself entirely, but you tend to overestimate the challenges confronting you. Your pessimistic outlook affects the way other people see you. The only way for you to inspire confidence in others is first to have it in yourself. If you said 0 seeds sprouted, what looks like an utter lack of confidence is actually a sign of pessimistic pride. You can't tolerate the thought of being wrong or even making a mistake, so you pretend that everything is too difficult for you. If you don't learn to face those fears, you may fool the world into thinking that you will never do well. But you will always know that you never even tried. There are some hard truths there. And sticking with the plants. Keeping plants offers us the chance to give without any promise of reciprocation, gratitude, or even reward. It is true that plants ask for little, just some water and sunlight, but in a material sense, they give even less in return. Perhaps we keep them because they fill a very human need, the need to be needed. A potted plant you've been trying to keep on your balcony falls over the ledge it was sitting on. You run outside to survey the damage. What do you see? You have 4 options, and they are: Option 1, the plant landed on the ground, upright and intact. Option 2, the pot broke, but the plant seems to have survived the fall. Option 3, the pot and plant are both smashed beyond recovery. Option 4, for some strange reason, there is no sign of either plant or pot. Again. That is 4 options, and option 1, the plant landed on the ground, upright and intact. Option 2, the pot broke, but the plant seems to have survived the fall. Option 3, the pot and plant are both smashed beyond recovery. Option 4, for some strange reason, there is no sign of either plant or pot. Have you made your selection? Well, the sheltered life of a potted plant corresponds to a hidden, guarded side of your character and the ways you try to keep the world from penetrating your social mask. So, if the plant landed on the ground, upright and intact, you appear to be strong and confident, and are always eager to show off how you can keep it cool when you come under fire. But beneath that tough facade is a person more concerned with keeping up an image than actually living it. If the pot broke, but the plant seems to have survived the fall, you seem calm and unshakable to others. But the reality is, you just hate to show your emotions. Those pent-up feelings within you just keep growing, and no pot can hold them in forever. If the pot and the plant are both smashed beyond recovery, you seem to be soft-spoken and humble, but that natural listener is crying out for a chance to take center stage. You are simply waiting for an opportunity to break out of the self-imposed mold that confines you. If, for some strange reason, there is no sign of either plant or pot, you excel at generating excitement and making others laugh. People see you as the life of the party, even when there's no party in town. But that glib exterior hides hides a seriousness and even a shy side that you choose not to show the rest of the world. Is it getting hot in here? This is starting to feel really like a roast. How about you go shopping for some clothes? As you pass your favorite store, you see the outfit of your dreams hanging on the display floor rack. You grab it with excitement and rush back into the fitting room. As you put it on and step out to take a look in the full-length mirror, you're not only let down, you're a little disgusted. You're still processing how you look when the sales assistant peeks in and says, "Wow, that looks great on you." How do you respond to this clash of realities? Your options are: 1. Hand it to them straight and tell them it looks terrible on you. Option 2. Point out the specific reasons why you don't like the outfit. Option 3. Disregard the comment and keep shopping. Option 4. Accept the compliment and buy the outfit. Again. Your options are: 1. Hand it to them straight and tell them it looks terrible on you. 2. Point out the specific reasons you don't like the outfit. 3. Disregard the comment and keep shopping. Or 4. Accept the compliment and buy the outfit. Which would you do of those 4 options? Which one? You got it. Okay. What does it mean? Your wardrobe's an extension of yourself, selected in the hopes of highlighting your best features. So, the way you responded to the compliment reveals which aspect of yourself you hold in the highest esteem. If you told the sales assistant it looked terrible on you, your greatest pride is your appearance. You don't need empty praise. You're not going to let a sales assistant in search of a commission spoil the look you've worked so hard to achieve. If you pointed out the specific reasons you didn't like the outfit, you may not look perfect all the time, but you refuse to look like a fool. You know that you perceive the world clearly, and your intellectual pride will not accept being lied to. Your personal style is an expression of refined sensibility. You would not compromise this for any reason. If you disregard the comment and keep shopping, you are very proud of your unique existence. There is no central source of pride in you. In the end, you just go your own way and let others think what they think and do as they please. If you accept the compliment and buy the outfit, you haven't yet located a source of pride within yourself. If you had, you wouldn't be letting people manipulate and deceive you. It's time to take an honest look in the mirror and like who you see looking back at you. They say that police develop a sixth sense for criminal minds, and each of us has a little bit of that criminal mind inside. Picture yourself now as a cop that's in hot pursuit of a suspect fleeing a crime scene. After a long chase, you finally manage to run them down and make an arrest. Busted. What does this cornered crook have to say for themselves? What do they have to say for themselves when you arrest them? Okay. Although you were imagining yourself as the police officer, your own hidden tendencies came out in the criminal's words. Your response gives an idea of how you reacted when your parents caught you doing something bad as a child. And if you're like most people, this is how you still behave whenever you get caught and called out by others. Is it? Let's go deeper. Moving into the depths where the line between fear and thrill gets a little murky, a little blurred. You find yourself in an old abandoned building where no human has set foot in years. In this building, you find a staircase that leads underground. Slowly, you start your descent, counting the steps as you go. How many steps is it to reach the bottom of the stairs? How many steps? Give me a number to reach the bottom of the stairs. When you reach the bottom, the room is pitch black. Out of the darkness, you hear the sound of another person. What sort of sounds are they making? Is the person weeping softly, moaning wordlessly? Is it a voice speaking to you? Which is it? Okay, and how do you react upon hearing the sounds of this other person? Is your first instinct to run up the stairs without looking back? Or do you try to find them? Maybe you're paralyzed with fear and frozen in place. Which are you? Now, you hear a person calling your name. You see a figure descending from the light at the top of the stairs. Who is the person coming down the stairs? Abandoned buildings and underground rooms are highly symbolic of buried memories and old psychological scars. We've all had an experience that we would rather not recall, or a heartbreak that we thought we'd forgotten, but the memory is not so easily erased, and the things that we hoped to forget linger for much longer than we'd like to admit. Your responses to this situation show how you deal with painful memories of the past. The number of steps to the bottom of the stairs indicates the impact of your psychological scars. If you said there are only a few stairs, then you carry little from the past. But if you found a long staircase leading deep into the earth, you may carry correspondingly deep wounds inside. The sounds you heard out of the darkness reveal how you got through bad experiences in the past. If you heard weeping, you were comforted by others in times of trouble and recovered through the help you received. Those who were kind and took care of you have helped you become the person you are today. If you heard wordless moaning, you went through hard times in your past alone. The moaning you heard is your own buried pain. The time has come to open the door and let the sun shine in. Things aren't so bleak in the light of day. If you heard a voice speaking to you, you wear your old scars like a badge of honor. You seem to take the philosophy, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, to heart. Be careful not to let this harden you to other people's feelings and experiences. Your reaction to the sounds in the darkness show how you deal with the painful aspects of your own past. If you searched for the source of the sound, you likely show the same take charge attitude in your own life. You discover solutions by facing your problems head on. If you ran straight back upstairs without confronting the sounds, you have a history of ignoring problems in the hopes that they'll just go away. This approach may work sometimes, but don't be surprised if the trouble stays around longer than you anticipated. If you were frozen in place with fear, you may have unresolved conflicts in your past that continue to haunt you and prevent you from moving forward with your life. The person who appeared at the top of the stairs calling your name is someone you feel you can rely on in times of need. This is the person you believe will comfort you and help you heal and get you through any hardship. It's your birthday today. Happy birthday. Another year older, another year wiser. And when you check your mailbox, You find a card from someone you would have never expected. Who sent this card to you? You walk back inside the house to find a pile of gifts from your family and friends. Who sent you the biggest gift? Please give the name of someone who is currently in your life. Alright, this was a quicker one. The responses that you gave signify your true feelings about people in your life. Feelings that you may not have been aware of. The person who unexpectedly sent you a card is actually someone that you would like to care more about you or give you more attention. They're either someone that you've been hesitant to approach or a friend that you miss that you haven't heard from in a while. This may be a sign that it's time for you to make the first move and reach out to them. As for the biggest gift, on the surface, you might associate this with good feelings toward the gift giver, but from a psychological perspective, the person who gave you the largest gift is someone whose affection you take for granted. This doesn't necessarily signify disrespect, but you do feel confident in their feelings for you. Just be careful not to get too overconfident. What feels like security to you may come across as selfishness to others. It's time for you to take the stage in the symphony. This is a once-in-a-lifetime chance for you to perform at your very best. And you're prepared for it. You know how to play. You are the master of your instrument. But which instrument is it that you're playing? You have 4 options. The violin, the string bass, the trumpet, or the flute. Again. 4 options. The violin, the string bass, the trumpet, or the flute. Which instrument do you see yourself playing? What does that instrument reveal about you? Musical instruments are symbolic of members of the opposite sex. The pairing between you and your instrument shows how you perceive yourself while making love. The instrument you chose gives insight into what you think of as your strongest love-making technique. If you chose violin, that demands sensitive fingerwork and a delicate touch with the bow to make the music play. You see yourself as having the same awareness and skill in locating and playing upon your partner's most sensitive points. There's a sense of adventure in the way your hands can create such beautiful music by running over the same familiar notes. La la. If you chose the string bass, there's a feeling of power from taking position behind an enormous bass and making it call out in a tremendous moan. In love, your skill rests in the ability to bend your partners to your will, taking complete control and driving them onward to pleasure they never imagined they could experience. You never ask permission, but that dominating character is what makes you so irresistible. If you are playing the trumpet, there's no getting around it. Your mouth is the strongest weapon in your arsenal. Whether you're whispering in your partner's ear or exploring them with your mouth, you have all the characteristics of the oral personality. If you chose the flute demands incredible patience from those who wish to master it. You show that same patience as you wear your partners down with persistence, determination, and stamina. Your lovers are taken off guard when what they thought would be a brief recital quickly develops into a full concerto in 6 movements. Let's continue on with the sensuality. We are fixating on the color red. Red as a rose to red as a beet. When we see red, it affects us emotionally. Red may be at the low end of the spectrum of light, but it has the power to move us like no other color. I want you to imagine 3 women. Each of these women is fond of the color red and uses it to accent her appearance. The first woman has her nails painted red. The second wears red lipstick. And the third has her hair colored red. Now, I want you to imagine their personalities and describe each one. So, how would you describe the personality of the woman who has her nails painted red? What is her personality like? How does she act? What's her vibe? Okay. And now the second woman who is wearing the red lipstick. What is her personality like? What's her vibe? Okay. And the third woman with her hair colored red. What is her personality like? What's her vibe? Okay. While in some ways we all react similarly to the color red, there are also significant differences in our psychological responses. This isn't a matter of taste, but it is rooted much deeper in the mind. The images you had of the 3 women reveal the types of women you view as friend and foe. The answers do vary depending on which gender you identify with, so I will start with female first. If you identify as a female, this is what your answers mean. The woman with red nails is seen as a threat and represents the type of woman you can't imagine yourself ever getting along with. On the other hand, you feel a strange and compelling attraction to the woman with the red lips. The woman with the red hair is an image of the type of woman that you hope you will never become. If you identify as a male, this is what your answers mean. The red-nailed woman is the type of person you fear will use you or make a fool out of you, while the red-lipped woman is the type you can imagine yourself falling wildly in love with. The red-headed woman represents the type you cannot see yourself being attracted to, no matter how physically beautiful she may be. I just want to be clear with this one and say that this is not an attack on people with red hair. It's about the characteristics, the personality, the behaviors of the person you pictured having the red hair in this prompt. Of all the scenic views in the world, none can stir the imagination and calm the soul like the unbroken line where the sky meets the sea. That blue horizon is a vast space that invites the mind to relax and unwind, to soar above and dive within, to dream. You are staying at a resort hotel with an ocean view. Lying on your bed, you gaze out a huge bay window across the cool blue waters, and, soothed by the sea, you drift off to sleep. Which of the following views greets you when you wake up? Your options are: 1. A bright midday sun burning over the sea. 2. The dark ocean beneath a starry night sky. 3. A cool mist rolling in over the waters. Or 4. The sun just beginning to sink beneath the horizon at dusk. Again, your options are: 1. A bright midday sun burning over the sea. 2. The dark ocean beneath a starry night sky. 3. A cool mist rolling in over the waters. 4. The sun just beginning to sink beneath the horizon at dusk. In myths and ancient religions from around the world, the sea and the sky are pictured as an eternal couple, forever holding each other in a loving embrace. The scene outside your hotel room window is your vision of the ideal relationship between two loving partners and shows what you seek most from love. If you saw a bright midday sun burning over the sea, passionate excitement and intensity are essential to your ideal romance. For you, love isn't true love if it doesn't burn like fire, and if that means added danger, the risk is worth it in the end. If you saw the dark ocean beneath a starry sky, others may find you old-fashioned, but you place the greatest emphasis on commitment and loyalty. Your love affairs may not set the sky ablaze, but they will never ever cause any sleepless nights either. While other people's love affairs burst into flames, you will still be enjoying those nights of untroubled sleep with your partner. If you saw a cool mist rolling in over the waters, the line between friendship and love is blurred for you. The two inevitably flow into each other. Your perfect relationship is with someone you can tell your secrets to, share laughter and tears with, and just relax and be yourself around. You refuse to believe that your lover can't also be your best friend. If you saw the sun just beginning to sink beneath the horizon at dusk, you seek a storybook romance with picture postcard perfection. Everything has to be just right, from the meeting to the first kiss to the house with the white picket fence. True love is a once-in-a-lifetime experience, and you see no reason to settle for less than the very best. You have taken a step toward understanding your inner landscape and discovering more about your desires, fears, and motivations. I love to hear what this has revealed for you, so please share your answers if you feel called to. And I wish you all the